Dear learners, myself Dr. V. Gopalakrishnan. In this session, we are going to discuss about material science, specifically about dielectric material. In this video, we are going to discuss about what is dielectric material, what are the property the material holds, what are the fundamental definitions, and the classification of the dielectric material, and finally we are going to discuss about application of the dielectric material. Let's we see one by one. Here, what is dielectric material? The name itself represents the actual definition of the dielectric material. The two charges material have in a permanent matter. Simply we can say. So, the positive and negative charges are separated at atom or molecular level are called as dielectric material. When the electric field applied, this dipole aligned to this field direction, causing a net dipole moment that affect the material property. This is what here we are going to discuss about the dielectric material, and it is used to store the electrical energy. Here I want to mention one thing. Even though we have the name of insulator, then why here we specifically represent as dielectric material? Because all the dielectric materials are called as insulator, but not all the insulator have the properties of dielectric. And here I listed out the some important examples of the dielectric material such as mica, glass, plastic, water and polar molecules. The diagram represents the actual meaning of the dielectric material. Here, the properties of the dielectric material. The material are non-metallic material. They don't have any free electrons. The electrons does not move from valence band state to conduction band, even though if we apply the external energy like temperature or potential energy, because the material have large band gap value, high specific resistance, mechanical strength and high dielectric strength. The material also have a negative temperature coefficient of resistance. These are all the important properties of the dielectric materials. In this slide, we are going to see about the basic fundamental definitions of the dielectric material such as dipole moment, polarization, dielectric constant. Dipole moment is known as charges separated by the small distance. The diagram represents the actual meaning of the dipole moment. And here the notification of the dipole moment is mu it is equal to q into d, and the unit of the dipole moment is coulomb meter. Similarly, polarization, the poles creation developed in the dielectric material by the application of electric field is known as polarization. Simply we can say ability to create the poles by the application of electric field, and mu is directly proportional to E and the proportionality constant as alpha. Dielectric constant or relative permeability. Relative permeability is the ratio between the permittivity of the medium and permittivity of the free space, which is denoted as epsilon r it is equal to epsilon divided by epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space. So this is used to represent the characterization of the unique characterization of the dielectric material. So that these are all the major definitions of the dielectric material. And here the dielectric material have the two types. First one is active dielectric material and second one is passive dielectric material. Active dielectric material is nothing but the material actively store the electrical charges by the application of electrical field. That is known as active dielectric material. Here, what are the examples we were represented in earlier? That are all the examples for the active dielectric material. Similarly, the passive dielectric material is nothing but whatever the field we apply the material does not exist any the stored charges, which is known as the passive dielectric material. Here, the simply the examples were represented as insulator. So here we can know the clarity of the dielectric material and insulator meaning. In this slide, we are going to discuss about what is polar and non-polar molecules. The polar molecules have permanent dipole moment even in absence of electric field. Say for an example, H2O, HCl, CO, NH3, ammonia. The material have the positive and negative charges do not coincide with each other even in absence of electric field. So the material have some dipole moment in the material. Similarly, non-polar molecules do not have any permanent dipole in the absence of electric field. If suppose we apply external field, means the material can develop the dipole. Otherwise, the dipole is absent in this material. So that material possess the positive and negative charges are an equal manner. So example of the non-polar molecules are oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, like that. Here we are going to discuss about dielectric law. Is a material lost their insulating nature, and we can understand by taking the case of charging and discharging of a capacitor. If the potential of the potential energy is stored in the form of electrostatic potential energy in the dielectric, during discharge the same energy should be released, but here the some part of the energy is going to be dissipated in the form of heat. So due to the dissipation of the heat, their original property going to be destroyed. That is what here we say is an dielectric loss. And the property of the loss can be made through the factors of temperature, humidity, applied voltage, and frequency. If suppose the material is the perfect dielectric, means there is no any loss, there is no any dissipation has been generated by the material. If by the affection of the factors such as temperature, humidity, applied voltage, and frequency, they are going to be dissipate in the form of heat. That's going to be denoted by del. Del is a dissipation loss. Then power factor of the dielectric loss can be denoted by P is equal to V square 2 pi Fc and tan theta. The dielectric loss also called as tangential loss, where tan theta is called as power factor of the dielectric loss. It is noted that the loss will depend on the tan theta as long as like voltage, frequency, and capacitance. The breakdown, dielectric breakdown. When a dielectric material loses its property or permit the flow of large current, it's said to be dielectric breakdown. For a very high electric field, the dielectric become a conductive material. So here the graph depicted, which is represent where the breakdown is happened in the material, and the dielectric breakdown also the classified like intrinsic breakdown, thermal breakdown, electrochemical breakdown, discharge breakdown, and finally we have defect breakdown. Intrinsic breakdown. Due to the application of electric field, the charges can be transferred from valence band to conduction band. Due to that, the breakdown has happened, that is known as intrinsic breakdown. That intrinsic breakdown have unique characteristics. That characteristics are occur at room temperature and low temperature. This requires relatively large electric field. This kind of breakdown occurs in the materials. The second one is thermal breakdown. Due to the application of external thermal energy to the dielectric material, the electrons may transfer from valence band state to conduction band state. Due to that, the breakdown may happen. This breakdown mechanism have some characteristics. That characteristics happen in high temperature. The thermal breakdown, the time is of the order of few milliseconds. This requires moderate electric field. It depends on size and shape of the dielectric materials. Since the dielectric loss is directly proportional to frequency, the electric field strength to create this dielectric breakdown will be smaller for AC field and higher DC fields. The third one is electrochemical breakdown. By the application of electric field, the mobility of the electrons going to be increased, and due to that the leakage of the current also increase, so that the breakdown mechanism going to be happen by the electrochemical reactions. This breakdown have the characteristics of the leakage current, density of ions and dipoles inside the material, which is used to determine the electrochemical breakdown, and they are accelerated by high temperature. This occurs only at low temperatures. This type of breakdown occurs even in absence of electric field. The fourth one is discharge breakdown. The material have some occluded gaps, air bubbles. Due to that, by the application of electric charge, the material may easily ionized and becomes conductive material. This type of the breakdown is known as discharge breakdown. This material have the characteristics are at low voltage where there are large number of occluded gas bubbles is presented in the material. The lifetime of the materials depends upon the number of discharge taking place inside the material. This occurs due to the presence of gas bubbles. Finally, we have defect breakdown. Unfortunately, the material have some defects such as holes, cracks. Due to the holes and cracks, the material easily adopted the ionization nature and become conductive material, and easily it's going to transfer from non-conducting nature into conducting nature, so that that type of the breakdown may happen, such that which is called as defect breakdown. So these are all the remedies to reduce the breakdown in the dielectric material, such as it should have high resistivity, it must have low dielectric loss and less density, it should have sufficient mechanical strength, thermal expansion should be small, it should be fireproof, it must in pure form and not have any defect. So these are all the factors to reduce the breakdown in the dielectric materials. And finally, here I represent the importance or applications of the dielectric materials, where we used the application of the dielectric, which is used in the field of engineering, medicine, research. And low dielectric constant materials are widely used in engineering, microelectronics, industry like computer and medical equipments. High dielectric constant material are used in semiconducting manufacturing process, in which silicon dioxide is not suitable but widely used in microchip, integrated circuit, transistor, microprocessor, computer, and so on. The heating property is used in dehydration of food, tobacco, etc. It is used in microwave oven and other home appliances like gas lighter, igniter, like that. Used as an insulator and wide used in ceramic appliances. Heating is used to laminate important document in Xerox machine. Similarly, liquid dielectrics used in filling medium of transformer and circuit uh, breakers. Summary of the video, we discussed about the basic definitions of the dielectric material, what are the types the dielectric material holds, and the parameters for dielectric losses and dielectric breakdowns we discussed. Similarly, we discussed about the importance of the dielectric materials. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video.